Hi everybody again. Today we're going to have a quick chat about the term fretting and how to fret the notes correctly on a guitar. This is such an important subject, but it's actually really quick and easy to explain how to do this properly. Now, if you've just started out playing, you'll come across this term called fretting a note or fretting a chord. And what that means is it's actually just referring to the action of pressing down on what's called the frets. Now the frets are these little metal bars that are running in this direction on the neck. And you can see that they're much wider spaced out from here, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller up here. And these are just metal bars. And what these do is that they divide out the neck for the different notes. So for example, if I'm playing a C note here, and then I move up here to like an A, for example. Now, those two notes, one's higher than the other. Now, all the frets are actually doing is that they're making the guitar actually shorter. So every time you fret a note or pressing down, you're actually just making the string shorter, which is why the pitch goes up and down. Now, when you're actually fretting, let's talk about where that comes from and how to do this correctly. This is a really, really important bit I'm going to talk about now. When you're actually playing a note, what a lot of people get wrong is actually where to put the finger on the neck. So for this, I'm going to zoom in real time. So let's just bring this zoom in a touch. Okay, so this bit's really important, so pay attention to this bit particularly. Now, when you first pick up a guitar, your guitar teacher, or if you're just figuring it out yourself, what you'll do is you'll go and place your finger on the fret here. Now, you can see there's actually quite a bit of room. So where do you actually place the finger? This is a really important question. The way to get the best note and the best sound is to place the finger on the right-hand side of this box, if you will. So where this dot is, or if you've got into tablature, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press down, but it's going to be on the right-hand side of the fret. So actually where fret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is, where that actually is, you want to place a finger just before it, not over here. Okay, now you can get a good sound from over here, but the given practice is to get it towards the right hand side, because if you don't do this, you don't actually lock the string against anything, so therefore you can get a lot of buzz on the notes. For example, if I play a note like this, make sure on camera here, so if I play this note here, you get a bit of buzzing. If I move over to the right hand side here, you get a much purer note. Now there is a bit of combination here between how hard you press down and where you actually fret. You have to find the balance, because you may find as you're just starting out you're not actually pressing down very hard, or not, not enough to get the note playing correctly. So the thing to do is make sure you are towards the right hand side, you are pressing down a bit more than you think, and you should end up with nice sounding notes. And this goes for anything I'm playing. I want to be towards the right hand side of every fret each time, and that's going to allow you to have a much cleaner sound, and that's the term fretting a note. Okay, so let's zoom out again. Okay, so you can see the whole guitar now. So when I'm playing the guitar, if I'm fretting a note, if someone says okay, we're going to be fretting on 5 on E, what they mean is the low E string, counting up to 5, and then you're pressing down on that. There is a couple of exceptions when it comes to this fretting rule, if you will. And the first one is chords, because chords, sometimes you have to share not a lot of space with more than one finger. Okay, so for example, if I take the A chord here, which is a basic chord you'll come across, what you'll find here, should we go for another zoom? Let's go for another zoom, see if I can get it. Yeah, right, real-time edit. Okay, so you can see here, if I'm really zoomed in, if I'm playing this A chord, you'll go, hang on a sec, you just said you've got to get towards the right-hand side. I can see these two fingers, they're on the left-hand side. That's true, because this A chord, I can still get a good sound with it, but the A chord, you're having to share the space. And often when you start, you're going to have to press down a bit harder. But these kind of exceptions do crop up all over the place. There is another way that you can fret, which is a slightly advanced technique, but it's worthwhile noting, and that's a technique called barring. And what happens here is if you're playing an A chord here, and by the way, that's just the same note, same fret number for each string. So we've run out of space. So one thing you can do to remedy this is bar it, which is where I'm using one finger pressing down to resolve this issue with the fret here. And that's kind of where the exceptions are, because as I play more and more complicated chords, some chords there isn't an issue, like this major 7th chord, because I'm on 4 different frets. You can see there's enough space here, but the issue comes when you get to chords like this where you're sharing. But this is all still fretting. It's just where you need to make the exception to trying to get to the right hand side. In general, always try and get towards the right hand side of what you're doing. So, okay, zooming out once more. That kind of concludes the basics of fretting. It's certainly something you need to work on, and often is one of the big causes as to why your chords or lead playing isn't really sounding that great. So keep revising this when you're practicing. Keep looking at your hands, what's going on. And by the way, to remedy the space you're having to share, often you're going to have to increase the hand pressure. I'll go over that. That's for the left hand. I'll go over that in another video. But until next time, take care, and please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.